All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CSL Week 3. Today we're going to be casting University of Waterloo versus Carleton University. Back with me again here is Carleton, casting another game with Carleton.
Hello, Carleton here. Now, Golgi, if you were to ask me which team I'm cheering for this game, even though we're both professional and we're both unbiased, I bet you would ask me that question assuming it was Carleton University because they share a name with one of the best Dota casters. However, I would like you and everyone watching to know that in my unbiased cast of this game, I'm actually cheering for the University of Waterloo because I graduated from Laurier, which is across the street. So this will get a little kind of not really a hometown team, but it's where I went for school, so I got to cheer my boys on.
Right, and then I'm sure you know some friends that went to Waterloo and things like that.
Oh yeah, the Waterloo crew are a great bunch. It was a great time out there, and I am quite pleased with everyone who I met who went to Waterloo, the second best university in Waterloo, Ontario.
It's good stuff. I mean, I'm assuming you don't know any players on the team currently. That would be cool.
No, I don't recognize any of these names. I do not. But I do recognize that the players who have these names are going to own this game.
All right, so these two teams right now coming in with a little bit mixed record here. One team definitely a overdog over the other. Waterloo 3-1 right now, and Carleton 1-3.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, they have the inverted score. We're gonna have to give Waterloo the advantage score-wise. I mean, it's still new in the patch. I guess what we could see from Carleton is maybe something fancy. Maybe a hero Waterloo's not expecting. There's the reworked. There's the crazy Bane we've talked about every game. It's always in the first phase, either banned or picked, almost always banned. And then there's the Beastmaster, the manly offlaner who pushes towers, takes your base, takes all your heroes, throws axes, has a great time, hangs out with his pets. I think that's probably the best way, just judging by score, saying Waterloo has an advantage, strictly speaking by score. I think the best way to take out a team like that is just to do some fun stuff, some funky stuff with the patch.
Yeah, do something unexpected.
Exactly.
So we'll see if the underdogs can show them that they are something to be feared here in this game.
Still dogs, even if they're underdogs, and they're hungry for that win.
Yeah, they'll fight to the death.
Of course.
So it looks like the players are ready to go here, and I'm just gonna send you guys back over to the wait screen for just 30 seconds here as we get the game set up.
See you soon.
All right, here we are into the game. We have over on the top that is going to be Carleton University on the Radiant, and University of Waterloo is going to be on the bottom there as the Dire.
Golgi, what do you think about the difference between Radiant and Dire with the changes of this patch? Would you favor one heavily over the other, or do you say it's quite even?
I mean, last patch was definitely Radiant. I'm not sure about this patch. I haven't heard many people talking about it. Do you have any insights on it?
Well, the biggest thing for me is the tier 1 tower in the mid lane for Dire. It is now possible to path across the tower the opposite way or across middle lane, the path the creep spawn. It's now able to path on the high ground and not be in tower range for the entire trip. Whereas on the Radiant side mid, you could always path that way, which made ganking a Radiant mid player a lot easier than ganking a Dire mid player. And I mostly play position for ganking heroes. So for me, that's the biggest thing. And I love that. That really opens up a lot of opportunities to just kill the mid player and make action, have some action going. So I wouldn't say it I would say it evens it out because Radiant always had the two paths, and now Dire has the two paths. But more importantly, I think it's going to bring more action mid, and we're going to see more early kills because of it. And that's the direction I like changes that make our game more action-packed. For example, even the level 25 changes for talents now are definitely win conditions or close to win conditions, and they do so in the majority of 25 talents do so in a fun way, and I like that, and I like how the direction these changes are taking the game.
Yeah, I really
but
do
overall
love...
with the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I really do love the talent change you were mentioning. um before we had these talent changes, it was like once you got the level 3 ultimate, it was like, well, you're done leveling up. You'll level up more, you'll get some stats, but it was never like, oh my god, he hit level 25. Although, in almost every video game, reaching that final level should be a big milestone, and finally I feel like we have that. And like reaching level 25 is nuts for every single character. People talk about how insane everyone's level 25 talent is, because it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be hitting that final thing, and that totally unlocks your hero.
I love it. I love how they do a fun way. It's not just your hero hits way harder. It's like always a fun mechanic or something to work with, and not even always a 25. One of my favorite ones is the Cataclysm for Invoker. I just think that's so fun, and especially with the risk of putting your Sunstrike on a huge cooldown as well, because that's a spell you almost always want to be casting. Not off cooldown, but you always want to have it ready. Yeah. So I think those are so fun. Yeah,
definitely one of those talents that like screams at you, like, build around me, see what you can do with me, right? And then, like, of course you're not going to take the Sunstrike every game, but if you have like a Faceless Void on your team, it's a great talent. If you can catch like definitely 2 or 3 people, that's an easy like 6 Cataclysm, 6 Sunstrikes into the black hole or the chronosphere, what have you. And
it's so many options to exactly what you said. Play around. If you have AoE long duration CC, Cataclysm, great talent. And I love how it does open up the hero to more play styles, as well as making the hero have a power spike in a entertaining way to both play and watch.
Yeah, and speaking of
go right ahead. I think we both wrote the same thing.
No, actually, you go.
I was gonna say, this is something we've been seeing all season so far. Is everyone's just opening up, at least since the patch, everyone just opens up with stunners or disablers. Yeah. Slardar and Rasta, Vengeful Spirit and Rubik. It doesn't really reveal much about your draft. It's gonna be your 4 and 5 positions. Potentially your 3 positions are picked this early. But almost every team is doing the 4 and 5 position first, and they're heavy stun, heavy control. And I like the strategy to the extent that, you know what? Actually, I think I just like the strategy, because it means we're going to see some fights, and we're going to see some tricky maneuvers coming in with the drafts, because you really can expect that most teams aren't really going to give anything away with their picks, and it's the draft is where or the bans are where you're going to get the idea for the draft. What are they trying to get out of the game, and maybe make some predictions into where they're going. Obviously, the heroes are still relevant, but I'm just saying it's quite the trend. We're seeing double stun or double support open up for almost every single match.
I do like the Lifestealer ban coming out for the Waterloo after seeing that Slardar. We do see that combination time and time again.
The Taxi, one of the best taxis. Get a Blink Dagger and get a massive power spike.
Yeah, Desolator.
Might as well be buying a Blink Dagger for the Lifestealer. Like, it's just so ridiculous. That's
exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's not only a Blink Dagger, it's also a Abyssal Blade, because you get the guaranteed stun.
Yeah, just adding all of a sudden extra 2,000 net worth to your carry. Battle ready. That's a battle ready hero. Speaking of,
haven't seen this hero in a while.
I think this hero is really fun in pub games. Let's see what we can do with it. I mean, obviously there's crazy synergy with Slardar, Corrosive Haze. They're definitely building around it, and Rasta has long duration lockdown. I don't feel good about picking it this early, but to be honest with you, I don't really ever feel good about picking that hero at all.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, unless you're ready to fight early and constantly, we see MVP Phoenix back when they were around, now they're Immortals. Kyo loves to play this hero, but and then when we see them play it, it's gotta be, no farming, just go, kill.
Yeah.
And that seems like working very well. And Magnus, wow, they're really pulling a line to the Phantom Assassin with the minus armor.
I mean, their team works. Their team definitely works with it. One thing I gotta point out, I agree with everything you said, but I mean, he's a great hero if you're Kyo, and if you're not Kyo, I mean. Even Eternal Envy has problems making this hero work a lot of the time.
I forgot who tweeted out, but maybe it was KBBQ. Jack tweeted, I think. It's like it's year 2077, and like the world is falling apart, and Q is still playing Phantom Assassin or something along those lines.
I love it. It's true. He loves that hero, but he makes it work. Yeah. When he plays Phantom Assassin, it's a different hero than when I play Phantom Assassin. I'll tell you that much.
And there's the Earthshaker, which I think is a very good pick on Phantom Assassin. It's one of those offlaners that can still give Phantom Assassin quite a bit of hard time, especially with the fact that the Enchant Totem actually gives you True Strike when you use it.
That is a huge deal. It also picks a third stunner that could be support with a Vengeful Core or an Earthshaker core, so it doesn't reveal anything about the lineup. And both Earthshaker is not necessarily likes it when people are on top of him, maybe as much as PA likes to be on top of people, but Earthshaker is still a scary hero to stand on top of, and PA is going to see that until PA gets the BKB. And if it's a core Shaker, it's going to be really rough having to pop your BKB every single time you want to go on this tanky strength hero, because soon enough, that BKB is going to go down to 5 seconds, and as soon as it wears out, Earthshaker's got quite a few abilities to combo on you when you don't have that magic resistance, or magic immunity, rather.
And of course, Carleton has 3 melee heroes, obviously, in this already, which Shaker loves.
And Rast is not even that long of range of a hero, and there's a Slarky Malarkey. Woo!
I haven't seen this guy in a while either, man. We're getting some unusual cores here.
I think that's a very confident pick.
Yeah.
By Waterloo. I think that's we're ready to just take this one home pick, and they want to fight, and we're going to bring the fight. One thing you have to worry about with the Slark, there's a lot of AoE well, there's Shockwave from Magnus, which is pretty high damage spell. Slark doesn't like any ground target to spell because his Shadow Dance is what he relies on, what he has to play around, his main mechanic. Slardar has not a ground targeted, but an AoE stun that can hit Slark in Shadow Dance, which really messes him up because it's going to take a huge chunk of the duration off of it. The Corrosive Haze, obviously it gives vision of Slark, and Slark hates having vision of him, but he can just purge it off. It's a debuff. He's almost spamming Dark Pack off cooldown. I like the Slark. Obviously, he's going to have his problems, but we'll see if Waterloo can make him work with 3 stuns, including some pretty solid initiation.
Here's a big problem with Slark. Something about this patch is that Hex is no longer dispellable. So if he gets hexed by Shell Shaman, he can't dispel it. Like, I saw EE playing Slark yesterday. He's been playing this hero a lot on stream, and he gets countered so hard by Lion and Shell Shaman now. Like, it is unbelievable how hard that hurts him.
First of all, I want to say I love how Waterloo drafted. Doesn't give anything away first 2 picks. Even on the 3rd pick, you're still not 100% sure. Boom, core, boom, core. I love that. Just a great escalation of the draft. You know what, though? With what you were saying about Slark before that, I would say this Slark pick, Golgi, is looking like a PA pick. It's that bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and say it.
Waterloo might not recognize it either. They might not have yet played Slark against a Hexer, and they don't realize that Dark Pack doesn't take that off. And wow, there's Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, I think, has one of my picks for the best carry so far in 7.07B.
I love this Chaos Knight pickup. It almost feels like the PA was a bait because all these heroes work so well with Chaos Knight. PA is just the target dummy.
Well, look how much minus armor they have on their team, right? Slardar has it, Chaos Knight has it, and Final Assassin now has a talent that gives her minus armor with Corruption, and of course, going to pick up a Desolator. So, definitely even Roshan, something they could look for early here with that team.
Definitely, easily Roshan, and with Ross Swords, of course. One thing I want to say, I love Carleton's draft. I love it. Just makes sense. It's cohesive. It's got the synergy. That's not even that hard to play. Buy blink daggers and cast your spells. Like, let's go. Push towers. Just fucking. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Just woo. Just play up on the team. Make them react to you because that team is quick. They have a lot of ways to initiate and a lot of ways to counter initiate. Also, a lot of ways to kill. I love everything about the draft except for one major flaw, and it's the Phantom Assassin. I'm still not feeling this pick, Golgi.
Yeah, we'll see if these unusual cores can do work here, because we do have 2 pretty stable, strong carries on either side, with the Chaos Knight and Seraphine being pretty reliable.
What do you think? Ooh, hello, that's a smoke coming out.
A bug on your replay or stream rather? I don't see
not
any
on my
trees.
End. On my end, everything looks fine. I want to just give it a quick reconnect before the action gets going.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do the
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team.
Alright, here we are back into the game. Thankfully, seems like one of the players was having some issues anyways too, so a pause came out, and we should be all good to go. I got trees now, which is important in Dota.
Very important. One of the greatest mechanics of Dota, and one of the reasons why I find this game so enjoyable.
For sure. I mean, so many heroes are based around even trees as a mechanic. Timbersaw and Monkey King being two very prominent ones.
It's used as a mechanic that way. I love how its impact on vision with even just one tree you can ring around the rosy and can't see anyone, and with the Iron Branch being able to drop a tree. I love top rune. Sorry, sir.
Ooh. They don't even contest
Just walked
it.
over. They weren't even ready for it. Come on, that's not a way to start this game. Are they asleep?
Yeah, it looks like they just weren't. I don't know what they were doing. They just, I guess, forgot about the bounty runes at the start.
Guess so, or yeah, I guess the Slark just wasn't ready. You can see two heroes mid. No, it looks like just Vengeful wanted to block the lane. Didn't really go too well.
Yeah.
And that's a mid PA. Hello, with the Quelling Blade. Probably going to give Shadow Fiend a bit of trouble.
Yeah, this does make more sense than saying the Chaos Knight mid.
But the changes to Raze mean it's more deadly to get hit by multiple. And one of the worst things you can do to a Shadow Fiend before we get some action top is get in melee range with him.
Yeah, there's going to be a lift there, and then the pounce comes out to tether him onto the ground. Got no chances. Don't get stabbed to death.
You were a
by the
little
fish.
short there.
I'm assuming the skewer got stopped by the
leash.
pounce leash, right?
Yeah.
You can't break that.
Yeah, I would hope that wasn't a misclick and he thought he could just skewer that far away.
Yeah. So very good kill.
One thing I love about the early game is watching the lanes based on kills, but also based on CS. And especially when there's a Shadow Fiend in the game, CS is extremely important because that's his mechanic, especially early on in the laning phase. Right now we're looking at an 9 last hits and 1 denied PA versus a 3-0 Shadow Fiend. Not doing so hot, but he does have Raze and he does have range, so we're going to see him fight his way back in this game somehow.
Yeah, of course, very low attack damage on the Shadow Fiend before he gets some souls up. Onyx will commit a little bit here into the mid lane, but he does take that, as you say, the triple raise. He's going to lose almost half of his life from just the raises.
That's value.
Yeah,
Can't do anything about it.
That's the problem you have as a PA going against the Shadow Fiend, is that whenever you commit, you are committing to take a lot of damage from the Shadow Fiend.
But to be fair, that is almost essentially how Shadow Fiend plays. You get in a fight with Shadow Fiend, you either die or you win. There's not a lot of running away on that hero.
Fight to the death either way.
Yeah, I like it. I think we're going to see a lot of battles this game, Golgi. And we see double bounty rune picked up by an Earthshaker who's getting zoned by a Boot Slardar solo. Or was anyways. Looks like maybe now he's in bad position.
Pretty rough lane for both his... Oh, there was a skewer committed into mid lane, but just barely misses lock. If that was it had open under the tower, could have gotten a kill. But unfortunately,
is this the ganking Magnus? Cliff? Oh,
can he just
not the right Cliff, sir.
Fine.
I think Magnus got a little upset with his lane, and he's just gonna go for an adventure.
He can't really sustain here. Oh, missed a kill in bot lane. Yeah, pretty rough lane for both these offlaners so far. Both of them going down against the tri lane.
Anything. I think Earthshaker will just get beaten out of lane by CK straight up unless he gets some levels, which he didn't. And now, honestly, the Slardar and the Rasta can likely leave this lane, I would say. I think they have enough space.
Yeah.
Or leave one to do pull, and Earthshaker can roam, or Slardar can roam around, try and get a Slither and Crush off.
So since Magnus wasn't in the off lane, looks like the Rubik does rotate into mid to help Locke get some last hits in. So he does get all his souls stacked now.
Ooh, these hero levels, I'm not feeling super good
Into mid.
about.
It's going to be the Rubik and the Vengeful Split coming in. Let's see if they can get the stun.
This is huge.
There it is.
There it is. First
First raise, second raise, and I don't even need the third one. Oh, that's actually the Blink Strike, but it's not going to be enough. Green Team Black is going to back off, or he's going to die.
That's some faith in the tower. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Aether Shock does so much damage. But
Aether
almost gets
Shock
out there with the Blink
well.
Dagger. Blink Strike, rather, but unfortunately, the last raise was there.
How do you feel about the 1/1/1 Shadow Shaman build? I love the utility, but I don't know if it's worth it having 3 spells that'll take your entire mana pool, and they're all essentially you have shackles with a little bit of damage. Level 1 Hex is really underwhelming.
Yeah, he should. I'm definitely in favor of leveling Shackles more or Aether Shock more. Depends on if you need more CC to get kills or if you need more damage to get kills.
Yeah, the damage and wave clear of Aether Shock is insane.
Yeah.
Level 1, 140 damage. I have no problem doing that spell at level 1, but Hex 110 mana for a 1.25 second disable where they're still moving doesn't feel quite as good. Obviously, it can be clutch, but it hurts the mana pool of Rasta, who wants to be getting XP. He really needs levels, and he only has a couple spells he can cast because his mana pool is so small and his mana costs are so high.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to get maximum value, that's Aether Shock, and that's Shackles. Obviously, level 1 Hex can work, but this game seems a little bit too slow for it, if you ask me.
You can also help him take the pulled camps as well with the Aether Shock, and that will be able to get him into his
to help his farm.
Boots. Yeah.
I love the Aether Shock, great spell. Spell can win lanes alone.
In the mid lane, kind of pulls, he creeps away from it a little bit, and he's going to be coming back. Oh, misses the kill on the top lane. Looks like it was a lift into an Arcane Bolt into a pounce there.
It seems that the Rubik Vengeful Spirit duo is much more effective than the Slardar Rasta. Although Slardar Rasta have earned a kill, and they have zoned the Earthshaker, they're not really able to do much, and they're having experience issues. Level 2 on the Slardar, level 3 on Rasta. Actually, Rasta might be close to 4 with the Bounty Rune pickup.
They might be looking for another thing mid here. Black as black here, ready as Vengeful Spirit to get another stone to on. Lock is pushing.
3 heroes set up mid too.
Yeah.
But the wave pushes in.
Let's see if they want to stick around. No, they decide not to. They find it in this rune. Actually, this is the perfect rune for the gank. Black as black is picking that up.
The dangerous duo gets even more dangerous, except for when Rubik goes the wrong way. Looks like they want this Magnus. They're going to split it up. They're feeling cocky. Feeling good.
There comes Arcane Missile there, and the first raise. Do they have a second one? There it is.
I think
That's
they
all
got it.
need.
That's it.
TP comes in a little bit late here. There was nothing they could have done. The damage is so much from the Arcane Missile, already being level 2 Arcane Missile there.
Top lane.
A lift into his web. A pounce. So the pounce is already on cooldown. Veilthorn is going to secure
Clark gets
himself.
taken for a ride.
But Macros is going to be sticking on him through that secure and will to get that last hit. Actually, Peng Doda getting that one. 202
Middle
on
lane.
Lane, another Shackles coming out here. On going to be jumping in with that Blink Strike. Black is very low. On taking some raises here. Second one going to be eaten. Oh, already at 5% life after coming into the lane just now. This just shows you how strong this hero is, Shadow Fiend. Just 2 raises all he needed to do all that damage.
Shadow Fiend is going to feel good about the amount of action that happens this game, unless he's the initialization of the action.
Yeah.
Just getting jumped on and taken out, especially with crit, it's possible. I want to point out that poor little Rubik ported in there, but didn't have any mana. And Earthshaker picked up his mana boots, making him quite the formidable lane opponent, which we see with Slark being able to overtake Chaos Knight and CS, because Earthshaker is actually able to get in the lane. But it looks like Magnus is enjoying himself top lane now. He has 2 people backing him up, or rather 1 player backing him up. He's able to get some CS.
Yeah.
They're going to make it a 2-2 top with Vengeful and a 2-2 mid.
Just about equal, I suppose, as the Earthshaker. Of course, he did die 3 times, where Earthshaker only died once.
3 heroes to this Magnus top, or rather 2 on 2. 3 heroes looking to fight, though, with Slark looking for the pounce.
Yeah.
And we see Earthshaker picks up Blink Dagger in his quick buy after the mana boots. I like it. Rubik has his mana
Top
boots.
lane, there's Arcane Missile going on. Veilthorn is going to try to secure out of here. He takes Black as black with him. Brownie Pie is coming here with the 2-man crusher. Black as black now got to watch out. One more hit will do it, but Veilthorn gets shackled up here. And Green Tea Black is here with the Hex. And does it mana for Arcane? He does have mana for the shackles here. But meanwhile, Brownie Pie still checking down that Black is black. Won't get the final hit on that one. Green Tea Black gets out, but now Stardar's gotta watch out. But he's gonna hide himself in trees and TP out.
Phew.
Bot lane is going to be a Chaos Bolt committed onto Rafi. Reagan is coming in as soon as he respawns, but that Echo Slam is going to clear out all those illusions, do a huge amount of damage to EB. That's not what he wanted this gang to go like, but they're just going to disengage. Gotta watch out for the Fisher.
Both teams playing a little bit reserved, not wanting to give away a lead. We saw top Slark after the Rubik came and came in and stunned the Rasta. Slark backed out, even though Rasta was out of mana. Same thing bottom. Earthshaker spent all of his spells, and Chaos Knight opted not to combo the Earthshaker, not taking any risk. Both carries really trying to keep their lead. They know they're farming well, and they don't want to lose that lead as the game gets later, because if they fall behind, they both see how dangerous each team is. A lot of stuns, a lot of damage. Just a hint of weakness. Give a team an inch and they're going to take a mile this game. And these early fights are going to dictate a lot of how the mid game goes.
Yeah, definitely. Shadowfiend and Slark, both heroes really do depend on momentum to be able to get them into the late game. If they kind of have a bad early game, they usually will have a bad rest of the game.
Yeah.
Even on the bot lane gets stand up, it comes a Fisher? No, they're not going to commit the Fisher with the green T, black TP in.
Yeah, as what you were saying with Slark, he has the Shadow Blade. He has a Shadow Blade in his quick buy. So he wants to pick up that Shadow Blade. He wants to run around. He wants to get kills with his team. So getting that Shadow Blade late is going to make getting kills very difficult.
Stun going on to green T black on the bot lane. He does get the shackles up. Brownie Pie gets a 2-man crush yet again. EB is coming in with the Chaos Ball. Gets a 3 seconds on that. Green T black getting chased down in the back though. He's going to get taken down by Rafi, most likely. Cannot get the deny, but here comes the Chaos Rift from EB. We'll be able to have enough damage to take him down. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade here. Support for the offlaner. So slight advantage going here for Carleton.
Definitely an advantage for them, but picking up the Rasta kill feels good, especially with 3 deaths in the lane. You're going to be mad about that, and it's got to feel good getting a kill, but especially getting a kill on someone who's causing you all those problems.
So
and Slark and Shadowfiend actually taking first and second place.
Gets pounced up again. Veldon taking a huge amount of damage to Dark Path. Maybe you could even turn that around actually if he just reversed polarity once Slark came out, but I guess he has the Shadow Dance up.
Yeah, definitely hold on to it. Don't take the risk.
Yeah.
Bottom, we might see some action. Nope.
Chaos Knight just gallops away on his horse. He has his armlet on the courier, I believe. Yeah, there it is. The recipe is going to be delivered out to him shortly.
They're going to look to fight with that, I'm sure. They want to do something. They have full mana on the Rasta. Not quite wards. They might wait for wards, but they're going to take this tower. Or maybe the top tower is the safer one, but it's pulling your carry all the way across the map that early on. I don't know how comfortable they feel with that maneuver. Magnus retreats to the jungle and lets Slark continue his reign of CS domination, competing only with the Shadow Fiend on his own team. You know Waterloo feels good about that, but CK and PA are not far behind.
Yeah. PA unfortunately getting pushed out of her lane quite heavily by this Shadow Fiend. Usually you want to take PA into the mid lane to dominate that lane, but unfortunately Shadow Fiend has enough magic damage to give her a lot of troubles. Even with 3 points to blur, can't really dodge spells.
Yeah, the blur isn't doing much for her. Just leveling it for the mid game fights and for ganks. But again, Shadow Fiend, he'll throw the harass out. He's not too worried about the ranged attacks hitting because he's getting them for free as PA is a melee hero. Looks like he wants to get some action going bottom, but the majority of the actual fighting damage is going to be from Raze.
They're going to concede this tower over to his tier 1. A lot of people say this is a Radiant Suicide Tower. You don't really want to defend it against Dire when they're all grouped up like this. So.
Oh, they have so many ways to get in there. And actually, they're going to try and respond to this mid.
Yeah, drop down. Locke takes a crit, but he barely takes any damage from it. It's just going to farm up these wards.
I like the coordination of this counter because taking that bottom tower for Dire is not a big deal. As you said, it's a suicide tower. Most teams won't even defend it. But losing your mid tower, that is a big deal. And I like how Rubik and Shadow Fiend responded immediately. It took a lot of damage, but the tower's still standing.
So that is a Shadow Blade finish on Mark Heroes. Let's see if he wants to go for gank after he picks that up.
Armlet picked up for CK. Shadow Blade picked up for Slark. Signature items. Let's see if we can see some action with these and who's going to take an advantage going into the mid lane, or if both teams are just going to keep on playing it safe.
So what do you think about Phantom Assassins going for the blur before the Phantom Strike maxing?
I think that's still the build. You have to do it. She's not only Shadow Fiend's not the only hero she's fighting, and it does still help her lane because she's going to dodge those auto attacks. Shadow Fiend gets the attacks for free, but it's going to mean they're a lot less effective because she's going to be dodging currently 40% of them. But we are looking like a mid game. It has started with the one tower going down. Heroes are going to start roaming around, and maybe we're going to see obviously this blur doing a little bit more. There's more heroes to fight, not just the Shadow Fiend in her lane.
For sure.
And she's going for the Mask of Madness, so she wants to get on top of someone and she wants to go.
Wow, very, very aggressive Final Assassin build. I guess that
You know
makes
what,
sense,
actually-
especially with the Final Strike not being leveled up first, because he's not going to be silenced most of the
Oh
time.
no,
Okay, there's a
Shadow
silence
Fiend,
on Shadow
terrible
Fiend.
position.
Is there going to be... Oh, but there's going to be a swap coming out to save Locke, and the huge Echo Slam coming out with the Blink Dagger reveal is going to be able to take down all three. Fifi.
Chaos Dunk. Well, you know what? I was about to tell you I love the Mask of Madness because it's really going to help this next mid-game engagement. Maybe she can get in and blow someone up. Nope, sorry. Earthshaker steals the slow, takes the dunk, wins the fight, hits his button, uses his item. That's Earthshaker for you. He's smiling all the way to this mid-tier 2 tower.
Yeah. We're talking about signature items being picked up, and we missed the greatest signature of
The
them all.
classic.
Yeah, the Earthshaker Blink Dagger. The entire hero is based
Hello.
around this item. Oh,
I
Veil
love it.
Throne
I love
might
it.
be in trouble now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, his skill gets cancelled by the lift. He still has
Didn't
it though,
get
but the
cast.
stun is going to be there.
Hello. Flarky Malarkey. And here we go. Top tower just going to backdoor it. Shadow Fiend doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's going for a Shadow Blade as well. I don't know. That's actually gonna... If they start picking up some fighting items, some stat items, especially the CK, who has an extremely high life pool, the Dire Rate Waterloo team is all going to be on this initiation. It's all going to be a burst, it's going to be a power spike, and then their fight's going to... After about 6 seconds, 5 seconds, all their damage is going to be spent. I mean, it's going to be a lot of damage, but if they don't take out the CK, they might be in for some trouble. Shadow Blade is strictly a damage item. Obviously, the use has survivability. And the Blink Dagger is a statless item for Earthshaker, obviously, but we see what he can do with it.
Yeah, I suppose they're just feeling the momentum right now. Shadow Blade, one of those items that are much stronger when you're ahead and gets weaker, as you said, if their team fight starts going badly, because it doesn't offer them anything but offense.
Yeah, their large health pool is 1,000. He can still get hit by an RP. He can still get hit by Slithering Crush when he's in Shadow Dance, and if that happens, his low life pool is really he could really get punished for that.
Yeah, and of course, the more Invis heroes you have on your team, the less effective they get because they'll have more and more detection.
And Earthshaker picks up an Invis rune. Come on, man.
It's
The
20
whole
seconds
team's
left on
invisible.
Echo.
The whole team's invisible.
Yeah,
One dust, that's just value. Pays for itself.
he might go for pickup here. No, he actually cancels the Invis with the blink.
Desolator queued up for PA. Hello, that's the item. She wants revenge. Her team got melted. She wants to melt someone.
Markios
Slark
is
found her,
looking for
though.
him. Doesn't want to commit to this. The Chaos Knight is there, and the Slardar is there, as we're talking about with the AoE stun.
And Slarky really wants to get going for a kill. Almost has his Echo Saber, though. Maybe he can wait. Very quick Echo Saber pickup. Obviously, we mentioned earlier, you want to get your Shadow Blade going ASAP. I think he's not going to be too mad he didn't really get to use it because of how fast he farmed up an Echo Saber. So that's kind of going to pay for the time he not the time he wasted, but the time he spent farming instead of killing because of the high damage output it's going to offer him. But again, I actually have some stats on it. Let's see what they do with it. I'm looking forward to this next fight here.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be a little bit more action-packed than the Earthshaker $6 million dunk.
And the Shadow Blade does get finished up on the Shadow Fiend as well. The Echo Saber is being delivered out to Mark Hero, so of course that will help him steal more stats quicker, and of course increase his burst damage. And the slow is not to be underestimated either, because that will let him guarantee the pounce off on the target. Green Tea Black is found by Mark Hero
Here we go.
and the lock.
Goodbye.
That's double
Sorry, which
invis
Shadow
for ya.
Shaman?
Not in this game
Oh.
anymore.
Yeah. I was gonna say I do like the Shadow Blade for Shadow Fiend though because Rasta will be standing still in team fights.
Yeah. Oh,
So
the Echo
pretty
Slam
much
goes
given-
out onto the Chaos Knight solo, but he is very tanky.
He's feeling good on Earthshaker.
Yeah, just backing
His
off.
team's not
there.
feeling quite as good as he is. They were there ready.
Big cooldown. Oh, when a Fisher going out, Brownie Pie gets stunned up. Fifi is trying to follow up, but Enchant Totem has a long of a cast point, so won't be able to get the secondary stun.
In the meantime, we have Purple player leeching and pushing the tower, trying not to show them the map to draw their attention away. Getting some much needed XP and farm as he does. Oh, he does have his Blink Dagger, just barely got it, and he's porting in with the Blink Dagger and RP.
There's a chicken going on to there's a Shackle also coming out. A big crit is going to be able to take out the Rubik, and the Chaos Knight is going to be able to find the Slug in the back line. He's coming back in, but Locke is doing so much damage. Gets triple kill already with the Requiem, but EB is super strong right now. Now Black getting chased down by the Phantom Assassin. Another dagger will do it. Hides behind the trees, but there's a dagger.
Hello. Well, they did it. They didn't even get a cast RP, and they did it. And it comes down to all look at the health pools. They had too much health. Armlet CK 2,300 obviously has Echo Saber as well. Strength Treads 2,320 damage. The Requiem of Souls was not targeted on the CK. It was targeted on the Magnus, and they did stop the RP. But CK running around with that small amount of health has insane burst with the damage from Armlet. With Armlet turned off, he's hitting for almost 200 damage. On top of that, he does have Chaos Strike, Rift, Crit, and Reality Rift. And PA even managed to survive in better shape than CK with a much smaller health pool, but with a much higher evasion level. And when it comes down to it, Dire Waterloo team spent all their spells and all their damage.
Down? No, he's gonna be fine.
And it wasn't enough. And the cores just cleaned it right up when there was no more buttons to press.
Yeah, no, I think you put it very well there. A lot of their initiation was also wasted on the Magnus and all the supports of Carleton, which meant the Chaos Knight just came in from the back and stunned the Slark and took him out instantaneously. And Phantom
What
Assassin,
a time to be alive when Magnus getting instant killed before casting RP is not the correct play to win the fight.
Yeah. Oh, and that actually accelerates On's farm quite a bit. Picked up the Desolator now.
Oh,
fight ready.
yes. She is ready to just melt some faces. She's getting revenge for that Earthshaker dunk earlier on.
Yeah.
With that item, she's going to just cut someone right on up.
And she also hit level 15 the last fight, so -4 armor corruption is on her. So that's going to be, what, -10 armor whenever she attacks someone?
I love it. Plus, we have some minus armor on Slaughter and minus armor on CK. Still attached to a spell, right? Yes.
Yeah, onto the
Reality
Reality Rift.
There's the smoke coming out. They're going to play behind CK because he's not smoked. Also want to point, Slardar is just about able to get a Blink Dagger. Obviously, it's late, but you cannot deny the fact that it's still a massive power spike for the hero.
For sure.
And with that last fight going their way, we could see a comeback from Carleton. They're looking really good with these item pickups.
Yeah.
A lot more stats than what we were seeing on Waterloo, and it's paying off when they can't take out the cores.
Mid lane gets taken down there by the Phantom Assassin. Another interesting thing to mention here is, not sure if we'll get to that phase, but Slaughter level 25 talent makes his Course of Haze undispellable, which would be really good against that Slark.
Yeah, this is a great game to go for that. Absolutely. That's great against Slark, and Vision destroys Slark. Minus armor obviously is just great against him. But Slaughter in general with the Slither and Crush AoE. Amazing. 15% bash chance. Honestly, it's not really that. It's one of those talents that sounds great, but it's like if you're playing Slaughter as a support, which you obviously are, and you're definitely going to go.
The Echo Slam on the bot lane gets 2. They're going to Arcane Missile to follow up, but these tiers are super tanky. And there's going to be the RP as well to catch 2 in return. They were thinking that way more damage than they thought.
Goodbye. Those aren't even squishy heroes, Vengeful and Earthshaker.
Yeah.
They
just turning around with the Phantasm.
I love Phantasm. That's just a fun spell to cast because you never know what's gonna happen. You might just kill someone right in front of their whole team with that spell.
Yeah. If you get a lucky crit after Reality Rift, it's one of the most hilarious spells to watch.
Love it. And we see the BKB getting picked up on Chaos Knight. Great against all the magic damage and all the control, as well as what's that? It's an item with strength and damage. That's hello. Perfect for my boy CK.
Yeah.
Rubik gets scouted. Rubik has a Blink Dagger now too. This is
done
going to be a very
Vengeful
quick
Spirit.
game.
They're just going to jump in and finish her off. She died, respawned, TP'd in and died immediately.
Poor girl. With all the Blink Daggers and Shadow Blades, I was going to say this would be a very quick game initiation-wise. There's a lot of potential for initiations and counter initiations with how mobile these teams are.
Yeah.
And CK's back. The VKB picked up, finished on CK. Slark opting to split push. Never a good feeling when you pick up a Shadow Blade and have to run away from heroes on Slark.
Yeah,
Slark is one of those heroes. It's hard to be behind on him just because his power spikes so early on. Obviously, he can farm very well with Dark Pact, but that's not where you want to be with Slark, and that's not where you want to be with a Shadow Blade.
EV might get stunned out here. He's going to get fissured, and he's taking so much damage. Locke is here, and so is Mark Heroes. He get pounced up. He's going to get taken down fast. On is going to get Yuled up. He gets stunned for a little bit. He crits. Raphael almost goes down to that, but everyone has disengaged. But actually, no. He found Assassin going for the kill. Yeah, he did, and he's going to get spotted out here by the the howl from the Vengeful Spirit. On is getting trapped up in these trees. Can he get out there? Nothing he can do. No TPs.
Evade.
Only his backpack, and he's going to be okay.
Oh no, he died for that kill. You can't die for the Earthshaker. I know he made you mad early on, but you can't die for him.
Yeah, when
You're so close to your BKB too.
When I saw that blink strike, I thought you actually blinked to a creep far away, but actually blinked into the enemy team. And not worth it if when you're the carry to take down the offlaner for your life.
So top lane, Magnus was just smashing the T1 tower, and we had a Shadow Fiend who was Shadow Bladed sneaking up to cast Requiem on him until Vengeful poured it in and Magnus ran away. After that, Shadow Fiend stood still for about 5 seconds, and I like to imagine it was Shadow Fiend yelling at Vengeful for porting in while he was about to cast Requiem and instant kill the Magnus.
And another thing to mention is
know.
that Shadow Fiend had the BKB but did not pop your last fight, so he still has a 10-second BKB on him.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's deadly.
They're smoked right now. They're trying to look for a
Lark
kill here.
scouts out the CK.
Yeah, they might find Green Tea Black. They find the Shadow Shaman. Oh, this is an awkward place
This is
to
a
be.
good fight.
Yeah, he gets taken out instantly. Here comes the pounce onto EB. EB has the Phantasm and the BKB,
Wow,
but
Slark's
oh my god,
playing
Mercury has
aggressive.
so much Essence Shift stacks. There's going to be a blink out from Brownie Pies, but can he get out? There is a stolen Chaos Bolt, and Slardar is going to get Yule's up, but there's going to the stuns coming out and has no chance to get away from this.
Earthshaker with the advantage timing on Yules beats Slardar to the punch. Takes him out, and another poor trade. Slardar died so he could crush.
Yeah.
Not worth.
21
Very much
stacks of
not
Essence
worth.
Shift on Macros right now. That is giving him 63 agility. And our thing about agility now is it also gives him move speed.
Oh yeah, that's actually, I really like that mechanic. Earth Spirit notices that the one lane is getting pushed out while there's a PA on the other team and rotates to stop it as PA, using that blur to disappear from the minimap, pushes the top lane all the way into the Waterloo tower, tier 1. And, oh, here we go, Roshan. Not the team we expected to be doing Roshan first, but
They got
the team
the
that can easily
presence
do it.
and the Wave of Terror, so they do have some minus armor on their side as well.
And there's the Silver Edge on Slark. Obviously, the Shadow Blade didn't do as much as we wanted to see, but Silver Edge is going to do just fine against PA and even against CK. I mean, Chaos Strike getting disabled, the damage output is nice, but a lot of the damage is going to come from the illusions.
Oh, here comes RP. They might seal the Aegis. The Aegis is still sitting there. Can they get it? No, Marcus is going to pick that up. Here comes the Echo Slam on 3. On is going to be a survivor with the BKB, but can he turn this around? Makiros being very low, but he has the Aegis. The Aegis pops. Pengdula is very low, but On doesn't see him. He is silenced up from his own Mask of Madness, but they're going to turn it around on the Slark. EB coming in with the Phantasm and the crits. And was that the Aegis? Aegis wasn't snatched, so it actually the kill still gets credit over to Dire. But man, that RP initiation into the Echo Slam, I thought the Echo Slam was going to be enough to be able to get them back into the fight. But On with that timely BKB is going to save him and take the fight.
I saw health bars that were full of green move left very quickly with that Echo Slam. Ooh, that felt good to watch, and I bet it felt good to cast. Now, they're going to, Carleton, going to press that advantage and take some objectives. I love it. Kill the team, kill their objectives. Very simple, boys and girls. Don't hit the jungle creeps.
So I think
BKBs
a
finally
good
got to make some
lesson.
appearances.
A good lesson is to probably not go for Roshan when the enemy Magnus / Earthshaker is up.
It's really hard to take Roshan against Magnus. It's even harder to take Roshan against a Magnus who's alive. And on top of that, we have an Earthshaker who's shown that he likes to blink and he likes to dunk. Yeah, maybe wasn't the greatest call as we saw, but they're not out of the game
Shaman
yet.
getting caught again in the bot. He's a sacrificial lamb in all these fights. Rafi not taking it, wants to give it to one of his carries. But he might actually get a denial. No.
Denny? Not quite.
Hang Dota is going to just steal that away. He didn't want to risk it.
Slark and CK doing the dance. PA shows up. Not so subtle.
Just does a lot of damage to this tower.
PA and CK show up both with Empower on them. I think Slark made the right call backing out there.
Yeah, there might be a Magnus
Something's
nearby.
a little fishy, and it ain't little Slark.
It might be Slardar.
Going for tower number 2. Might be Slardar. And level 4 Guardian sprint. I'm looking for some river sprints here, Golgi.
Yeah. It does really make him incredibly mobile. And wow, this tower gets taken down so fast with these Empower. And meanwhile, The other Dire team isn't really getting anything out of it, so it's just 2 towers taken to Radiant for basically free.
And Lincoln Sphere being picked up on Slark doesn't feel good. There's 2 ground targeted stun. There's a dagger throw from PA to break it. I think he just wants to get rid of the Hex, but I'm pretty sure they'll just break it with Haze or with Dagger Toss from PA, the Stifling Dagger.
Yeah, if Shadow Shaman's the only one initiating too, he can just pop it with his Ether Shock as well.
Yeah, that does not feel good to build this Lincoln Sphere. That just really stuns Slark's power, and it's not going to be super effective. One thing I want to point out with the Hex, though, we saw right when Slark respawned with the Aegis, we had Rasta. We had green T-Black sitting right there, mashing Hex. He got the Hex off, and Slark was dead. As soon as that Hex was cast, Slark died. Yeah. Right there. And I thought that was perfect. He knew exactly what he needed to do for that kill.
So Dire did smoke, but they did smoke under this great Radiant ward here. So Carleton knows exactly what to expect. They're just staying the high ground.
Wait. Wait it out.
Safe.
Wait it out. There's the pop. Uh-oh.
Oh, he gets hexed up. Do they want to commit on this? This might be dangerous. Green T Black is going to be sacrificing himself yet again, but here comes the RP on 2. But BKB gets popped. It locks in so much damage, but here comes the Echo Slam! And there was a stolen RP as well! Now EB in big trouble. They will finally be able to take down the Shadow Fiend, but Final Assassin, now caught by herself, is going to go down. Peng Dota with the massive play, stealing that RP.
Oh my god, what a roller coaster of a ride. I didn't even have to pay for a ticket for that fight, back and forth. I thought to say, you know what's better than great spellcasts? Great BKBs. But you know what's better than great BKBs? Even more great spellcasts. Goodness. They just back and forth and blew everyone up. I thought the BKBs were going to save it. PA and CK came out of that storm with their glowing orange or glowing gold. But nope, wasn't enough. They still get taken out through all of that. I was worried about Waterloo's damage.
Oh my god, that blink dodges a Chaos Strike. But oh my god, one crit is going to be able to take him down. But Macro's coming in with the Silver Edge, going to be able to turn off all the passive Phantom Assassin has. Now Phantom Assassin taking huge amount of damage, but doesn't want to give this up. Well, now crit is going to be able to take down the Earthshaker. So they get some return kills out of their buybacks. Now they're looking for more Velothorn. Wants to get the Slark, but not able to find it. Peng Dota is going to be able to sneak himself out. Blink Dagger coming up, he'll be okay.
They have the BKBs, they lose the fight. They don't have the BKBs, they win the fight. Golgi, what is going on?
Thankfully, though, that was buybacks. Oh, thankfully, if you're Waterloo, rather, that was a buyback on Chaos Knight and Final Assassin, so they don't get the full gold amount they're looking for there.
Yeah, that is true, but towers are still alive. Yeah. 45 health on the T3. They are quite happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that just prevents the shrines from being taken for free money.
And which PA, is going we to be quite relevant. Up the 20% lifesteal talent. I love it. It's great. Has a Mask of Madness. Shadowblade being picked up on Magnus, just to add to the Shadowblades, all the Shadowblades and Blink Daggers we have. Blink Dagger queued up for Rasta Shaman to purchase. Hello, this is a very, very slippery game. And Butterfly being picked up on Shadow Fiend. I love that. I love it.
Wow, now they have to deal with the evasion from Shadow Fiend as well. They don't have any kind of ways to cancel it. No one has Silver Edge. No one has any kind of MKBs yet.
Yeah, they may have...
Oh wow, Andy's actually going for a Butterfly of his own on that Phantom Assassin, really doubling down on that evasion.
Oh, I love that play. That's a play I can respect.
At level 25, she also gets plus 25 blood evasion as well, which puts her pretty close to 100% evasion, although of course they don't stack additively. On getting initiated solo with the Echo Slam, will get stunned up, doesn't even have time to pop her BKB, and the evasion isn't going to help you against all that magic damage.
Goodbye. Yep, PA gets melted, but I do really like the double down on evasion because she's forcing the enemy team to build something to stop her. Oh, just kidding. We already have a Silver Edge. However, Slark needs to get that Silver Edge off on PA. Doesn't change the fact that Shadow Fiend's going to have a rough time against PA, especially with the BKB, and the fact that PA is going to have lifesteal to just man fight the Shadow Fiend. Raises aren't scary if you only have to stay in melee range. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, EV tries to initiate there. Brownie Pies, stuns Lock, but he has BKB, so he's not going to work on him. And the Snake
trying to get value out of the BKB. It's gone.
Yeah, and there comes the Phantasm here. He's looking for Lock.
Stolen wards, no.
Oh my god, that Blink Pink that every time gets out. Now the wards are doing so much work. It's a ward versus ward war here in the mid lane.
He's going for the kill with it.
Oh my god, the Phantasm's actually doing so much damage to Peng. Wards get cleared up, but here comes a Fissure. Phantom Assassin still 30 seconds away from coming back.
They want this. They want this bad. They're low. They're greedy. You cannot let Rubik steal wards when his team is pushing.
And then it misses another swap. That lock was definitely caught by it.
You know,
black.
Kogi, he may have missed a skewer, but he didn't miss the bait.
That is very true. They just put the nether swap on cooldown. That's what they were looking for.
Ooh, Brownie Rice stressing me out there. If you're gonna go to fight the team, you gotta do it when they're hitting your buildings. He walked out of the base after, scared me. I thought they were gonna look for a fight after they already lost the objectives. That's a reckless play. Good thing they keep backed up.
That earlier kill on Phantom Assassin really having rippling effects here, making them take a free basically tier 3 without losing any heroes.
Yeah, they like that. One hero goes down, they really press their advantage. That's something we needed to see with that Roshan fight they lost earlier. Against Magnus, you have to have the Magnus dead or somewhere else on the map for the kill. Arcane Rune being picked up by Earthshaker, but let's see if he's going to get to use it with the smoking coming out. Hello!
Oh no, he misses a crush, but it's okay. There comes the Hex, there comes the Shackle. There's no way he's going to get out of this one.
Uh-oh.
He's going to go down to EB.
He just needed a fraction of a second to hit R and turn that one right around. Oh, my heart just about skipped a beat.
That is a level 3.
We've seen him do it a few times this game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close.
Stark, he didn't take the echo damage though. If he took the echo damage, that could have been incredibly scary.
Oh yeah. Whew.
But takes the more reliable Fissure range instead.
Skull Basher for the Slark. And it's not the scariest item still.
Yeah, he should go for MKB, I think.
MKB's crazy aggressive on Slark. So much, ton of synergy with his passive too, because of how much attack speed it adds. They don't really I guess yeah, they can deal with the illusions
with
the
Phantom Assassin, so because those bashes are not going to do any good if you're just missing it.
Yeah, I assume he's going to finish into an Abyssal Blade, and I'm worried because I don't like that. I think they're going to want the damage, and Abyssal Blade doesn't offer a lot of damage, survivability, and a stun for a lot of money. It's gonna just stunt the Slark even more, and he had to pick up, or he felt he had to pick up the Lincoln Sphere. We'll see how it works, but the Carleton team has a lot of ways to play around Lincolns.
So PA does finish that Butterfly, and going to
love it. I love it.
67% invasion.
I absolutely love it.
So now they might be looking to get aggressive. We haven't seen an RP in a little while. See if they want to use it to get a fight here. Here comes another Roshan attempt, maybe, but yeah, I think Waterloo's a lot more hesitant after the last Roshan attempt going sour.
Slark, level 20 talent. 3-second pound
they find the Earthshaker with the Hex here. Brownie Pie gets a 4-man crush. Here comes On with the big crits. Lock only 1 life left. Is going to be taken down by the Chaos Knight. And On with another crit is going to take down that Rubik as well. Slark and Vengeful Spirit just running for their life. And this is going to be a free Roshan. And Reverse Polarity still off cooldown.
I mean, we talked about it. I don't think we were ready, Golgi. I don't think in the draft when we were talking about these teams have a lot of stuns, a lot of ways to fight. I don't think either of us were ready. I sure know I wasn't for how crazy these fights are going to be. And then we have, 13 Shadow Blades and 400 Blink Daggers picked up. These fights are fast. One hero sees another hero. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone blinks in. Everyone's sneaking around invisible. Everyone's hitting all their spells and people are just blowing up. Yeah. Some people don't even get to play their life for a second before the fight's over. This is insane. I love it.
And we were focusing on the RP there, but little did we know it was Brownie Pie who's going to come out with the RP of his own with the Slither and Crush hitting 4 people. Massive engagement there.
Yeah, the Ravage from Slardar. He must have stolen it for the spell? I don't know. That was insane. What a time. First of all, we have the fight. Magnus gets killed without being able to cast RP, and that wasn't the right play to win the fight. Second, Magnus doesn't even cast RP in a team fight, and they just slaughter them.
And EB has a heart now on the Chaos Knight as well. They're going to take the free racks here. Bot lane, Slark is pushing out, but they have the Shadow Shaman TPing in. He can blink and hex him.
Oh, right, he has notice the Lincolns. Yeah, he did. He aethered him, but didn't get him. So speaking of heart, first of all, great item on CK. It's CK. If you need a lesson in how to build CK, it's pretty straightforward. He likes to have strength. His illusions like to have strength, and his main attribute likes to have strength. So heart,
all of his 4 items, they all have strength.
He really, really likes strength. He's just buff. He just loves protein and strength.
And because
heart,
of that,
obviously a great pickup, highest strength item.
He has 27.8% status resistance, which means all stuns against him are more than quarter length reduced.
Okay, that's interesting. Take a look at his max health when armlet's on. 4,900 with status resistance. Hello, CK. He's a beast. He's stronger than the Ancient.
All right, when you turn on the armlet, it also gives you more status resistance. That's crazy. That might push him into like 30% status resistance with the armlet on.
He's a monster. How do you kill that? And I would like to say, though, fun little fact, speaking of heart, did you know on Earthshaker, heart is actually the highest damage item because of its interaction with Enchant Totem?
Yeah. A lot of people like to build a Daedalus for damage when you're going Crit Shaker, but
rookie mistake.
Yep. Enchant Totem does not increase damage of your normal damage items. A stun going out over to Phantom Assassin, but instead Black is going to turn around on 50. He's going to go down with his Echo Slam still up. He's going to buy back because he wants to use that for this fight. Lock is coming in. He's going to pop the BKB. He's going to build the Requiem here. But he's not going to do any damage. The Slaughter is going to get taken down, but Lock is going to turn around with EB. Chaos Bolt is going to be out of range. Phantom Assassin in the backlines won't go against PvP. He's going to dive the Fountain here. No, he isn't. EB finds the kill on the support in the backlines. But now they find Makiros. Makiros, they have detection. They have no detection right now. Phantom Assassin, but they're going to be happy taking this tower instead. In the background, Makiros trying to go on that Valor Thorn, but he's going to pop the Shadow Dance, try to get out, but he's getting body blocked like crazy. Here comes the RP. They're worth it to kill the Slark, and now the Rack's getting taken. Carleton really turning it on in this late game scenario.
I love this. I didn't see this coming, but I love this. They just, I mean, I guess they just get in there and they stay there. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do to CK? He doesn't have any damage taken.
CK doesn't
Are they hitting
care.
him?
He still has cheese.
Oh
my god, the crits are so large from both of these heroes. Makiros just needs to run away, but he can't. Here comes the secure and he's stunned.